This Father's Day, do more with Dad and spend less with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him fired up with a new grill and accessories, like the Next Grill 5-burner for just $299, so you can spend more time together while he becomes the grill master he was always meant to be. Or build memories with savings on top brand power tools so you can tackle projects side by side. Gift more and do more together this Father's Day with help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
I take the ride out to Pennsylvania, buy loose tobacco, like so. And I roll it into these tubes with the machine, and the cigarettes come out almost like they're factory made.
This is the plaintiff, Marco Albanese. He says he and the defendant have been friends for 40 years. And for some reason, the guy refuses to return a very expensive textbook he loaned him and won't return the money he gave him for gas and tobacco either. He was trying to help an old friend out, and this is the thanks he gets. Since he doesn't want to get into a fist fight with the defendant over this, he's decided to handle things the proper way and is suing him for the $447 he's owed. This is the defendant, Matthew Iacobino. As far as the textbook goes, he says the plaintiff's welcome to search his house for it any time. In addition, the guy never loaned him money for tobacco and has some nerve dragging him into court today for these bogus charges. He's the one who's in fact owed money and plans to prove it here today. He's accused of taking advantage of a friend. The defendants filed a countersuit for $270 for fixing a printer and auto supplies.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Marco Albanese?
Yes.
You are suing your former friend, Matthew Iacobino?
Sir?
Hello?
Yes.
Why won't you look me in the eye?
I apologize, Your Honor.
Okay. For $447 for a textbook, tobacco money, you say you loaned him, and $5 in gas money. You have a counterclaim against your former friend of $270 for the amount you say he owes you for fixing a computer, for a battery charger, and some auto supplies. What is going on?
Your Honor, I've been friends with the defendant for over 40 years.
40 years?
Over 40 years, yeah.
Okay.
I met Matthew in 1971. Okay, times are tough right now. We've both fallen on kind of hard times. I'm a home inspector, and he's having a rough time. So am I, actually. But performing a home inspection is 3 parts. There's a structural, there's a termite, and there's a radon inspection. Now, I took the radon course twice, and I'm not grasping it. I'm having a very hard time with it. I have another friend that I went to school with who took a home study course, purchased the material, and he told me, he said, Mark, why don't you try to read this, and when you take the course again, you might be able to get through it. Matthew, being very book smart and having a hard time, I said, Matt, you're a little book smart. Why don't you take the book and study it? You take the test, get certified, and when I have a radon inspection, I'll call you. You could do the radon inspection for me, and I'll pay you. So everybody would win. Well, I gave the book back to Matthew in February, March. He got evicted from his house in April. I've asked him several times for the book back, and it got very obnoxious.
Who'd you get the book from?
A friend of mine from school.
And did he loan it to you or give it to you?
He loaned it to me.
So according to you, you loan it to him and he
Correct.
won't return it.
What
Problems were going on between the two of you that he wouldn't return it?
Well, what happened, we were still friends. And once again, since he was on hard times, I'm a smoker, unfortunately. My family smokes. Matthew smokes. I found a way to cut my expense from paying $8 a pack down to $2 a pack. I take the ride out to Pennsylvania, I buy loose tobacco, like so. And I roll it into these tubes with a machine, and the cigarettes come out, almost like they're factory made. I said to him, why don't you take the ride with me and see what it's all about? So he took the ride with me. We were out there, we walked into the store. He saw all the tobacco on the walls and everything. And he came up to me when I was purchasing my stuff, and he said, Marco, lend me $50. I said, man, I'm really not in a position to be lending money. I'm really not. He said, oh, I promise you I'll have it to you back by Wednesday. This was on a Saturday. The exact dates I can't recollect. Well, 18 weeks later, I've called him several times over this, and he was very, very abrupt with me on the phone and hanging up on me.
Okay, but you guys have been friends for 40 years.
Right.
So why do you suppose he's treating you like this?
He's on hard times, and I guess the pressure's with him, you know.
There's nothing else?
No.
And what's the $5 for?
Well, it came to $47, and he said he'd give me $5 for the gas because it cost me like $15, $20 to go out to Pennsylvania for it.
Okay, what's going on, sir?
Your Honor, good afternoon. I was impressed by his opening, and I still like to remain his friend, so if we could resolve this, if he allows me the opportunity to do this, as soon as I have the opportunity to get back to my previous residence to get the book back, I will certainly give it back to him. With regard to the $50...
Wait, what's going on with the book?
The book, I have a final restraining order. I'm not allowed to enter that place at will. I need to get the police to escort me there to look for it.
Because there's a restraining order against you?
Correct.
Who lives there? Can you tell me that?
I did. My mother and my sister.
Oy.
All
right,
there you go.
Okay. And you're not allowed to go there without a police officer. Why don't you just go there with a police officer?
I was there in the last 6 months for an hour and a half, 30 minutes at each time, and I wasn't able to find it. I have 2 police officers standing around me.
So you've looked for the book and you can't find it?
It's there. There's no question about it. It's there.
But you have looked for it and can't find it?
Well, if I had more time, I'd know somewhere in there it's there. He even went himself looking for it. This is Matt.
Did you go to the house and look for it?
I called his mother and I said, listen, I'm having a problem with your son. He has a piece of property of mine that's a home inspection course. My friend is moving. I need to get it back. May I come over and take a brief look?
And what'd she say?
She said, fine, no problem.
So did you look?
I came over to the house. I went down to his room. I didn't go through his belongings, pulling his drawers open or anything like that. I just visually looked on tabletop.
Why wouldn't you? You're there. I don't understand. When nobody's...
I didn't want to invade his privacy. I called him while I was there. Now, he told me that when he went there, that his mother and his sister packed all his belongings in boxes and had them on his bed. Okay,
Were there boxes on his bed?
There was boxes on his bed, but there was nothing in them. They were totally empty. You know, so I called him and I said, Matt, I'm at your mom's house. You know where the book is so I could just pick it up and be on my way. Once again, he was very abrupt with me and hung up on the phone with me, and he wouldn't cooperate with me. It was making things very difficult.
All right, so we have a missing book, and then talk to me about the tobacco.
I owe him $50 for that, Your Honor.
Okay, and would that be the 47 plus the 5?
Yes, that would be.
Okay, now you've got a counterclaim against him for 200, and don't you guys feel small?
Yes.
You've got, good, because you should.
Yes.
This is goofy. I can't believe the 2 of you are here. I got to be here anyway. I don't care.
Right.
But you 2 don't have to be here. This is like, so let's go on to your $270 lawsuit. Let's go over that. You want
I'd rather drop it right now.
$120
Unless
for
remain
fixing
friends,
a
allow me to
computer
get to my
printer.
house to get his book.
Printers don't cost $120, but you want $120 for fixing.
Wireless printer he couldn't find on his computer 2 times. It wasn't a wired printer. It was wireless. He had 3 people coming
So
on.
They're all wireless now. You talk about it like it's space age.
Well, in his case, it is.
So what did you do to fix his computer?
What 3 people couldn't. Just
What did you do?
Put the disc in and rebooted it.
All you did was uninstall and install the application. You want $120?
I don't want anything from him. I want to get the book back and remain friends. That's it.
Okay, but you filed a counterclaim. You want to ditch your counterclaim, or you want me to go through it?
Let's ask Mr. Albanese what he wants to do.
I'm asking you.
I want to give him his book back.
Did you ever say to him when you fixed his computer, by the way, I charge $120 for uninstalling?
Twice I was there, $60. I said $60 each time I do it.
Oh, you did tell him that you were going to charge him $60?
I said I get $60 for doing it. Yes.
Okay, my question to you.
He's a friend. I didn't ask him for the money outright.
So you were never going to charge him. You just
like he's asking me for $50.
Yeah, but you agree that one was a loan. And yet you also agree that fixing his computer was not a charged service.
This is all over a book. This is where it starts from.
So you're angry about the book, so now you've decided that something nice you did for him, and are we going to go through the whole 40 years of nice, or just the recent stuff?
40 years of nice you're not going to be able to do.
Okay, so $120 for a battery charger, is that the stuff I see here?
Yes.
Lovely. And auto supplies, is that the stuff I see here?
Yes.
Well, that takes care of that nicely. Now, on that fixing of the computer, did he ever tell you that he's going to charge you $120?
No, he didn't, Your Honor. And if he said he was going to charge me after
You'd buy a new printer.
After all the favors I did for him, I wouldn't have had him do it. I would have found another one of my friends that were perfectly capable.
Okay, so really what this all comes down to is $52 in a book, right?
Perfect.
Well, the book is $400, and it's
No, stop. The book and the course are $350. Show me the proof of the book, a used book, being $400.
Wow.
No, Your Honor, it's the course.
The $395 is for a 16-hour continuing education hours. And I know it's home study, but it's an online thing where you take courses there too. So how am I going to separate what the value of the book alone cannot be the same amount as the book and the course?
But it is.
But it isn't, because this is a used book and it's just the book. And if you look at the book, you're still not taking the course online because you can't, because your buddy loaned it to you, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so the book has to be worth less than the book and the course. So if your buddy paid $395 and used it all, and then just loaned you a book that he had, how can you possibly think that book is worth $400?
Well, if I don't give him the book back,
then what?
I'm going to be liable for that amount of money.
Why would you be liable for that amount of money? That's preposterous. If he sued you in a court of law, you would get a judge saying exactly what I just said, that $395 covers the 16-hour course online as well as the book,
Correct.
Right? So no judge would ever tell him that you're liable for $395. Plus, what you received was not a new book; it was a used book that he had used.
That he had used.
So
that's correct. Yes.
So first, I have to figure out, do a little rough justice and figure out the value of the book alone separated from the course, and then I got to depreciate it because it's a used book. Those are the two things I got to do. So when I do that, what figure do I end up with?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Could you remain friends with somebody who sued you if they really believe they had a legitimate case against you?
Definitely not.
Why not?
If we were supposed to be friends, you wouldn't sue me.
But what if they can't resolve this dispute and it's like, okay, let's just have a judge do it?
Well, I think that since they're suing them, obviously there was a problem before, so I don't think necessarily the suing would be...
Well, not necessarily. I mean, it could be just two people having a dispute over, do you owe me money or not, and otherwise they got along well. Could you remain friends?
I think after that point, the dispute has gotten too big where the friendship might not be...
So you'd blow them off?
I think so, a little bit.
Sayonara, sucker.
Yeah.
Got your point. Going inside the courtroom.
If I'm not able to return the book, I'm going to have to purchase the book and give it back to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the guy already took the course, right?
Yeah, but it's still his book.
Yeah.
And it goes with his library, on what we do.
Yeah. No. All right. As for the plaintiff's lawsuit against the defendant, I find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of, I'm going to give a value to the book of $100 plus the 47 plus 5 for $152 on the defendant's counterclaim against the plaintiff, 0. So let me see if I have this straight, gentlemen. A 40-year friendship.
Correct.
You're absolutely
has
right.
gone down the tubes over $152.
It's a little bit deeper than that, Your Honor.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
We have fallen on hard times.
Yes,
haven't
we have.
Verdict for the plaintiff.
All right, guys, just stay right here where you are.
Well, this is the defendant coming out of the courtroom with some stuff the plaintiff brought with him and has now returned to you. How does this feel coming out? 40 years and
$152 is like
Yeah.
the Bronx deals. $152 to get rid of them.
But wait. That's not what you said in the courtroom. You said you want him to remain your friend. You tried, he said. He said he tried. Well, your friend?
Was.
You were going to let $152?
It's gone deeper than that, believe me.
He even sort of reached out to you in the courtroom with some of the things he said. You heard him.
I'd rather not go there.
All right, so as far as you're concerned, this friendship
It's basically over.
is as good as over?
I would have to say
That's
so.
the way you want it. Okay, Harvey?
Well, I got to tell you, the best way to resolve a dispute with friends like this, you find a third party that you both really trust and have them listen. You could even, honestly, you could go to a judge. You could say, look, no hard feelings. Let's go to small claims court. Let's work it out, and we'll abide by what they say. There is a way to preserve a relationship after a lawsuit. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Good sleep is everything. That's why Ollie's Science Back Support is made with a blend of melatonin and L-theanine for both kiddos and grown-ups. So when your mind won't switch off, you've got something that can help. Your racing thoughts and restless nights won't stand a chance. Find Ollie Sleep Solutions for the whole family at ollie.com. That's OLLY.com.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
This is the plaintiff, Arthur Hudson. He says the defendant, his ex-roommate, bullied him out of the apartment they shared because the guy has socioeconomic hang-ups. He paid the landlord for 2 months of rent he didn't get to live out. The defendant owes him, and man, he wants it now. He's suing for $3,000, the amount due. This is the defendant, Linwood Young. He says the plaintiff's one of those very hard people to live with. In fact, the guy's a horrible human being, and living with him was just awful. Thankfully, he moved out, and when he discovered he accidentally paid the landlord 2 months' rent, he decided to come after him instead of the landlord. Bottom line, he's got the wrong person in court today, and he owes the troublemaker nothing. He's accused of driving a roommate mad.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Thank you, Douglas. Arthur Hudson?
Hello.
Okay, you are suing Linwood Young for $3,000 rent from November and December, $500 a month, plus $1,000 security deposit, plus $1,000 mental anguish.
That's correct.
Tell me what's going on.
Well, I'm suing for the $1,000 that I paid.
So you two met, and how did you decide you were going to room together?
We met online through a Facebook ad.
Okay.
For a Craigslist ad.
Craigslist asked for roommates or
Yes.
for something else?
For roommates.
Okay. How long did you live together?
It was over a year and a half.
Who was on the lease?
I was on the lease, and Linwood was on the lease.
The two of you were on the lease?
Right.
All right. And then what happens?
Things really went south, and I felt bullied. I was pushed out.
How?
I was pushed out because there was someone already crashing in the kitchen. And I felt like at first it was just, he's going to be looking for a place in a transitional period, but he was in line to take over my room, and I was pushed out.
But I don't see how somebody pushes you out. Your name is on the lease. That's why I asked that. So how?
Well, I was pushed out because they didn't like me. I was bullied. I was
how
harassed.
Were you? Okay, those are all conclusions. I want to know exactly who's they, by the way?
They is Linwood.
But just Linwood, or is there somebody else involved?
I felt harassed by the other roommate, Brendan, who moved in.
Is Brendan here?
No, he's not.
Okay. And Brendan is somebody who moved in after you two were already living there?
Right.
Okay.
We had a third roommate. He took his place.
Okay. But the third party was never on the lease. It's just the two of you on the lease?
That's correct.
And the lease was still going on when you were, quote, pushed out?
That's right.
Okay. But you realize that you have rights and that you could have stayed there. It sounds like it was uncomfortable, it was unpleasant. You really didn't want to stay there anymore anyway.
That's correct.
That sound right? Okay. So what was it that made it uncomfortable and unpleasant and you felt bullying?
I felt harassed. I felt like they didn't like me. I felt like they wanted...
What kinds of things would they do that led you to those conclusions?
They've told me that they didn't like me. They told me that I was lazy. They told me that, I was a troublemaker. They told me they didn't like me. And in the end, I thought that they wanted their other friend to move in, and they didn't want me there.
Right.
And I felt scared.
Okay. So you move out when?
I moved out Halloween.
Okay. And then what happens? Because all the stuff that happens that you're suing for actually happens after you move out, right?
Right.
What happened?
That's because I really didn't know what to do in the sense that, the room was still in my name.
Right. Did you talk to the landlord to get your name off of the lease?
I tried.
But the landlord won't?
The landlord was difficult.
Right.
Especially about the security deposit.
Right. Okay, so go on.
So I was scared, and I didn't really know how to act, and that's why it took me so long. So I didn't know what was going to become of my room in terms of like it being damaged, anything like that, because I'm not there. So I kept paying rent for 2 months, and that's because the communication was terrible. I was told by Hiram Flores that I would have
Who's
money.
Hiram Flores?
That was the person who took over my room that was crashing in the couch.
Okay.
And he's the subletter that I did not choose because I was told I could not choose them.
Okay. So go on.
I kept paying because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Kept paying who?
Straight to the landlord.
Straight to the landlord.
For 2 months.
So you paid the $500 that was your share, and for 2 months, for November and December.
Right.
Okay, go on.
I actually have the sublet form that I tried. I tried to get them to do it. I offered to meet them, not halfway between our neighborhoods, but I offered to meet them in Bushwick.
So kick him out.
To notarize this.
But see, you have rights, and if somebody's staying in a room that you're on the lease for, get the guy out of there. I mean, it may not be worth your effort, but you have a right to bring this to a head. We're going to bring this to a head to some extent here now. What's going on?
Hi. So basically, we met through a Craigslist ad. I had found an apartment that I needed to have another roommate for, and he answered the ad. I needed someone within that day. It was a very rushed decision to make. So I met with him. We met and signed the papers.
Why would you need a roommate that day to sign a lease and live with, meet somebody for 15 minutes that you decide you're going to live with for a year?
It was a poor
Your
decision.
lack of planning is like somehow some huge emergency? I mean, yeah, but it's due to your lack of planning that something like that
No,
happened.
I agree completely, Your Honor. But so we were living together, and we were having a difficult time together. He moved in a friend of...
What was the problem?
He, the first problem, which wasn't really a problem, he wasn't around a lot, which I didn't really have an issue with. But when he was there, he was very loud. He had friends that were coming over at all hours, making lots of noise. I had to tell him on a few occasions to keep it down because we live in a building with families that have to work in the morning. So I didn't want to disturb our neighbors. I didn't want to disturb me or anybody else in the apartment. He moved in a friend of his, I believe it was late May, and I was under the assumption he made it seem like it was someone he had known for a long time. But afterwards, I found that it was only someone he had known for a week, and that I found completely unacceptable because I just found it as a danger to safety. Because fortunately, the person he moved in was a nice person, and we got along very well, but it could have been someone that could have been dangerous, or it could have been someone that could have stolen our property or something like that. So I sent him a letter. I have this letter right here. September.
Sent the guy who lives 4 inches from you a letter?
Well, because I wanted something written down. Exactly.
Had you talked to him about whatever's in here?
He knew that we were having difficulty living together. So I basically asked that he would leave the apartment. And we did have a friend that was going to move in at that September date. His name was Jeffrey. But because he waited so long to actually leave.
We're on different pathways, and while I'm trying, the situation here has been a hot mess for a while. We don't really seem to gel. We're on different pathways where I'm trying to settle down a bit, and you're still new to the New York City experience, so you're still trying to appreciate it all. There's nothing wrong with that. You deserve to move here and feel out this city the way you'd like. I feel like we're impeding on each other's path. You deserve to live with people that you not only like, but want to hang out with as well. We would like for you to move out so that Jeff can move in this week. We would store your things so that they were safe because we respect your property. I think the best situation would be that Jeff pays you directly. Who's Jeff?
Jeff would have been the other person that would have been moving in because I had a friend of mine that was looking for a place to stay.
Pays you directly for the rent. We could still send your mother's checks into the office That way you have $500. And then your mother will be duped. $500. Why? Because his mother pays his rent?
Yes. His mother pays his rent and gives him a $1,000 stipend every month.
Do you work?
I did. I don't work right now. I'm in the process of applying for public assistance, trying to get a job. I'm thinking
Where
about...
are you from?
I'm from Alabama.
How long ago did you come to New York?
About 2 years ago, I was staying in a hostel and trying to find a place.
You missed Alabama?
No.
I don't want you to think this is in any way trying to strong-arm you into doing anything you don't want to do. I just feel like it would be all better with different living conditions. Were you guys behind on the rent?
Yes, we were.
How much were you behind on the rent? Exactly the $1,000?
It was, I'm not sure if it was exactly the $1,000, but it was somewhere near the $1,000. Our third roommate left the country owing that money.
Okay, so you're now behind when he moves out at your request and with his consent, because he moved out. He didn't say, no, I'm staying put. All right. You guys are $1,000 in the hole to the landlord.
Yes.
The two of you, because you're the two leaseholders.
Yes.
Okay. You, of course, can go sue that third guy if you can chase him.
He's in Nairobi.
Oh, well, that's how it goes, right? but the landlord doesn't have to chase Nairobi man.
No.
He just has to chase you guys. You guys have the legal obligation to the landlord on that lease. All right. So it's $1,000 in the hole. You then, because you don't want to deal with it, pay the $1,000 to the landlord, even though you're not getting, who ends up moving in? You? Come on up. Even though you're not getting rent from him, I don't know why you're doing that, but the landlord keeps the money because, lo and behold, it's $1,000 that you guys owed the landlord. And you are paying the landlord directly. Yes or no?
Yes,
I want to hear you out loud. What's your name?
Hiram Flores.
Okay, and Hiram, you're paying November and December, you pay.
Correct.
And January, February, March, April, May, you've been paying the landlord?
Correct.
Wow, okay. So, Mr. Young, how do you figure that as to that $1,000, he's got to eat it to the landlord?
So, would you ever use Craigslist to find a roommate? What do you think?
No, I would not.
Why not?
I'm just like very private. I'll be scared to bring like a stranger into my house.
Okay, it is a stranger. Anybody here? Would anybody here use Craigslist? Anybody? Why wouldn't you?
You just don't know who you're going to get. It's so unpredictable.
But isn't it true that sometimes you don't know the person until you live with them? Isn't that true too?
That is true, but I feel like Craigslist is very unpredictable. It's off the internet. I just don't trust it.
Very single white female, right? Yeah. Got your point. Going inside the courtroom.
I was in talks with him to get him that money, but then he got very nasty with me, so I told him I wouldn't do it.
Why can't you just do the right thing even when someone's nasty? Because then it might be that, you just don't feel like paying. All right, that's that $1,000 thing. The next $1,000 is security deposit. Now, the security deposit, you don't pay to him. The security deposit, you pay to the landlord. The landlord is not going to return your security deposit. Why? Well, he is eventually, but he's not going to return it now because your lease isn't over. And the landlord has a right to that security deposit to hold on to it until the end of that lease in August to make sure there's no damages to the place. So if it turns out that he damages it, you can have a lawsuit. This is a separate, different, other day lawsuit against either Linwood or the person who damaged it, who's subletting your place, even though there's not a written agreement, all right? Because they're not entitled to end up messing up your chance to get back your security deposit, but that is premature. So as to that $1,000, I'm going to dismiss without prejudice. That means you have a right to bring it up should it ever get there. Maybe you're lucky and the landlord just returns a deposit when the lease is over and we don't even have these issues. Now, the $1,000 for mental anguish, unable to pick the person to rent out your room. I don't see how this would ever entitle you to $1,000, even if I did find that somehow somebody put a gun to your head and made you leave, which I don't. I think you had a roommate situation. It was an uncomfortable roommate situation. You guys didn't gel, and they made you feel uncomfortable, so you decided to leave. But I think that you might be a little bit guilty of just worrying about having a good time in New York City as opposed to paying attention to your responsibilities. Because another guy in your shoes might actually be there some night and say, listen, you and I need to talk. Here's the paperwork. I printed it out off of the internet. This is the sublease. I want you to understand you're responsible to me for anything that happens. Some other guy might have done that. You're not the guy who did that. So I find you're not entitled to any mental anguish. The one thing that is ripe and that I'm going to decide in your favor on part way is the November, December. Because I find that since the two of you are the ones on the lease, the two of you needed to have covered Nairobi to the landlord. So I'm going to order you to pay $500 to him plus his court costs. And then I'm going to dismiss without prejudice the security deposit issue until that is ripe, which is after the lease, and I'm going to rule in your favor on the mental anguish. That's my judgment. Good luck,
Thank you.
Find out what the defendant has to say coming out of the courtroom here. What's your reaction to the judge's ruling here?
I find that it's fair. I think she made a very wise decision, but I'm just glad I don't have to live with him anymore.
Why couldn't you live together?
He's an idiot.
What are you talking about? What is that?
He stays up at late hours. He's constantly loud. He steals from people. He's just an idiot.
You said he was an ideal roommate. How is this? Why do you two see it so differently?
An ideal roommate doesn't move someone into the apartment that you've known for a week.
Okay, all right, just head right around the corner, okay? And, all right, come on in here, and here he is, the ideal roommate, right?
I feel like I was the ideal roommate because he really only asked me to be quiet once or twice or 3 times. I didn't steal anything. I knew this guy for 2 weeks. He was in a similar situation to me coming from the South. I trusted him a lot. He's a great guy.
Did you know that he had these problems with you, these personal issues or roommate issues?
No, not until about 3 months before I left when I felt like I was being harassed.
Mm-hmm. What did he do to harass you?
He told me that I was a loser. He told me he passed lots of socioeconomic judgments.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're better off.
I'm better off.
Yeah. Okay, Harvey?
When you don't get along with a roommate, best thing to do, literally, is just say, hey, look, let's sit down, let's work out some kind of a compromise. It's not working out. Rather than going to war, actually kind of de-escalate it. Sit down with them and say, how can we resolve this? And it may be that I move out and give you money or do this or whatever, but try to actually work it out. It will disarm the other person. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Prime. What if you had one more chance with the one that got away?
Sam, you came home.
Based on the best-selling novel from Carly Fortune. Every year after follows childhood friends Sam and Percy as they reunite in the dreamy, nostalgic lakeside town of Barry's Bay.
Love can be hard to find. So if you're lucky enough to find that person, never let go.
A second chance at first love. Every year after. Streaming June 10th, only on Prime.
This is the plaintiff, Barbara Stacy. She says the defendant's son used a rock or something sharp and scratched up the hood inside of her 2002 Monte Carlo. She has no idea why he'd do something like that. There was an eyewitness, and still, she can't get the woman to pay up for the damages. She's suing for $2,322.35, the amount she's owed for repairs. These are the defendants, Lanika Howard and her son Corey Williams. Lanika says the plaintiff's accusing her 6-year-old of messing around with her car, but it was another boy in the neighborhood, not Corey. Her son knows right from wrong. He's never been in trouble before, and she believes him when he says he didn't do it. So did the cops. They're accused of stonewalling.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Barbara Stacy?
Yes.
You are suing, help me out.
Lanika.
Lanika?
Yes.
I would have never gotten it from this spelling. Lanika Howard and her son, Corey Williams, and he is how old? How old are you?
6.
6. For property damage to your vehicle that you say Corey committed. Tell me what you're talking about.
Okay. On August 8th, 2012, approximately like 3:30, my neighbor came to my door. It was raining. She came to my door like, your
Not
car.
this neighbor, a different one.
A different neighbor, yeah. Like 3-4 doors down. She stated that Corey had scratched on my car and that I need to come look at it. I came, looked, she said she thought he was wiping the rain off the car. But when he went and got another little kid to look at it, that's when she noticed.
When what?
He went and got another kid to look at the car.
Okay.
That's when she noticed that it was more than him wiping off the rain.
Okay.
So that's when she came out. And
Who was the other kid?
I don't know the other kid.
But she knew.
Right.
Okay.
That he showed another kid that the car.
Does she know the name of the other kid or no? She knew Corey, but did she know the other kid?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
So she was like, his name is Corey. He lives around the corner. I'm like, okay. I went to his mom, talked to her, and
now, is that the first time you've met her?
Yes. I told her, I'm like, one of the neighbors came and told me that your son scratched on my car. She seen him playing on the car, and he went and got the kid and showed him. So she got out. She came out her house.
What kind of car do you drive?
I have a 2002 Monte Carlo.
Okay.
She came and took a look at the car. She asked him, like, this what you do or whatever. Then she like, did you do this? And he said no. So then that's when she asked me, who seen it? And that's when my neighbor stood up like, I seen him. I seen him wiping the rain off, and then he went and got another kid to look at the car. And that's when she came out her door to actually look and seen it was scratched up really bad. So at that point, I noticed that she didn't show any concern in a way. Like, she didn't show anything. So that's when I called the police to get it reported or whatever. Then,
do you have pictures?
Yes.
May I see the pictures? Did you bring an affidavit from that neighbor? A sworn statement?
The only thing I have is what's on a police report.
Oh, goodness. This is what part of the car? The front?
It's the hood, the side.
All over the car?
The hood and the side, the driver's side.
Lord above. Oh, my goodness. Wow. What happened, sweetie? Tell me what happened that day. Can you tell me, or are you too nervous? Do you want to talk to me up here? Just you and I? Would you rather do that, or would you rather just not talk? Rather not talk? I'm not going to make a 6-year-old talk. You talk to me.
Well, she came to my house. She told me that the neighbor had told her that he scratched her car. So I got up, I came outside, I looked at the car. I asked her neighbor.
Pretty scratched up, right?
Right.
I mean, it's not just one mark, it's like...
Several.
And over and over and over, and in the front and in the side, and I mean, it was pretty significant. So when she knocks on your door and she tells you that a neighbor saw him do it, and what do?
I came outside.
Just check it out yourself.
Right.
Right.
Like she stated, I asked him if he did it. He said no.
Okay, but your child's 6. What was he doing playing outside alone?
It's a small neighborhood. All the kids outside plays.
I mean, who was what? I mean, he's 6.
I was in the house. He was outside.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4.
4. Mm-hmm. How old are you?
11, 9.
No, I was asking how old you were.
Oh, I'm 29.
Okay, girl, it's time to shut the factory. 4 kids from 11 to what age?
1. My youngest is 1.
Wow, that's got to be a lot of responsibility on you.
It's okay. I deal.
Okay. And does Corey's father live with you?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, did you place a phone call to him?
Yes, I did.
And had that?
He talked to Corey. He asked me what was going on. I had told him that she had called the police. They talked to me. They talked to him. He basically let me know whatever she chooses to do, it'll be on her.
Yeah, it's a civil case. I mean, let me see the police report. I want to make sure you have the same stuff I have. Are you still living in the same place?
No.
Why not?
I moved.
Why?
Well, my car got keyed as well, and my tires got slashed, so I relocated.
Okay, now, according to you, why did she move?
When I went to management to let them know what happened to my car.
Her management?
Our management.
Oh, because it's all the same owners? Okay.
I let management know what was going on, and she looked at the car. She was like, no way. This can't, she have to go. This is not the first incident that she had with her kids. Now, I'm
Did you have another issue with management about any kind of property damage in the place?
No.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. Do you have any evidence from management?
For other property damage? No.
Yeah. In other words, when you say management says X, do you have something from management that says X so I can see it? Okay.
Because they stated they was taking her to court as well.
For?
They evicted her.
Okay.
Because of this. This was
Were
the
you
last
evicted
straw.
or did you leave on your own? In other words, let me be clear. I don't mean did the marshals drag you out by the hair. I mean, was there an eviction proceeding begun against you?
No, there wasn't.
There wasn't. Okay.
No.
And then according to you, management says that's it. We're evicting her.
They taking her to court as well.
But you have no evidence that they evicted her, and she denies that it was an eviction. All right, court is in recess.
All rise.
So the 6-year-old kid wouldn't say a word when the judge asked, did you do it? Is that proof he did it?
No, I mean, he's just a 6-year-old kid. Like, he doesn't really know what's right or wrong. Like, you can't expect him.
What do you think?
You can't expect a 6-year-old to know what to do in court. They don't know those kind of things. They're 6.
Anybody think this 6-year-old did it because he wouldn't answer? You guys have got a little more cynical. God, didn't you see the bad seed going inside the courtroom?
Corey, can you come up here a second so you and I can talk? Is that okay? I don't bite.
Very nice.
I'm really nice. I have kids. That's right. You're kind of special.
Here you go, buddy.
How you doing? It's nice to meet you. You know I'm going to ask you questions about the car, right? I have one main question. Did you do it? You sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Who did it then? Oh, and is that another boy from the neighborhood? Yeah. How old is he? 7. 7. And then, why did that lady think it was you? You're a nice kid. Stay out of trouble. And don't hang out with kids who scratch other people's cars, okay? Deal? Deal. Go. All right. I tried contacting your witness, which is not my job, you know. It's not my job. It's your job to have evidence when you come to court. And because I'm looking at this car, and it's breaking my heart. I mean, this is like really bad. But I did try to contact your witness for you, which is really not my job. I'm not here to help one side or the other. But I did it anyway because I want to hear what the witness has to say. This number is not... So then we came to you, and I asked you, do you have another number for the witness? No. Okay. What else do you want? I can't order somebody. Well, somebody says that the boy, not him by name, not him by description. The cop doesn't take her to identify him. There's no, there's nothing. There's not a lineup. I wouldn't expect the cop to do a lineup of 6-year-olds, but I would expect an identification procedure, a show up when it's one person, something. There's nothing in here about that. I have no idea if she was here, she'd look over and say, oh, no, that's not the boy. It was another boy. I have no idea. This is just too thin. I can't do it. My verdict in this case is for the defendant. Let me tell you something, though. I understand your hands are really full. But I don't think that it is appropriate to have a 6-year-old outside without supervision. I don't care what sweet neighborhood you live in, unless you're living on a farm. In fact, if you're living on a farm, it's too young, okay? Because there's danger everywhere, and they have the judgment of, oh, I don't know, a 6-year-old, okay? But that has nothing to do with the case. My verdict is for the defendant.
Just hold on right there, please.
So this ruling has gone in favor of the defendant because a case based on hearsay can't get the job done in court. You understand the ruling?
Yes.
So you accept the fact that it might not have been him?
I have witness. They said it. She said it. It's okay.
Okay. All right, come on out.
I'll get you pictures back when we go in the back.
All right. Well, congratulations. How you feeling about the outcome here?
Good.
Yeah. How'd you feel about being pulled into court over this?
Fine.
Fine. Everything's fine. Is everything fine with you two?
Yeah.
How'd you like meeting the judge?
Good.
She's a pretty nice lady, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Harvey?
Here's the deal. You cannot prove a case solely with hearsay. You need some tangible proof. Otherwise, you're going to lose.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.